not working out, are you?
This battle, is our relationship going to grow, or is it just going to remain the way it is and just be unhappy?
We fight.
So the first thing that needs to be identified here is that clearly his brothers identified that Josh, when things are getting hard, things are getting tough, seems to me as if he always seems to choose flight over fight. But now let's get into this little dispute that goes on between Josh and Lily in front of his brother Gerard.
First night taking my brother out to China, this is how you want to talk about it?
看我的假释过来中国几天时间嘛，我确实感觉到无助了，我才 tell you last night.
It's kind of crazy that she says that she's felt helpless. You know, it's one of the worst things for people to feel. I don't know if she genuinely has felt helpless because, I don't know, Lily be saying a whole lot of things, but I feel like sometimes the editing doesn't really justify why she's so stressed around Josh. And, well, Josh is just Josh. Like, yeah. I generally do believe that Josh needs to heal. I don't feel like he's in a position where he should be seeking a relationship personally, because based on the things that he said earlier on in the season about himself and he in his past, I just feel like he needs to learn to be able to live by himself and love himself first before he can even desire to want to be in a relationship with another woman again, let alone be married again. Lily, on the other hand, we haven't really been given too much of a backstory on her, so I won't say too much. But anyway, let's get into this little dispute that happened at their dinner date.
We go to dinner. Who? Text to who? 人家是
No, we're in a restaurant.
phone is take
I put my
cater
phone
table.
down.
Just to break it down here, so Lily's literally expressing the fact that when they were at dinner, Josh was in his phone doing some texts, messaging, and she was like, "Hey," and then all of a sudden, and that's why she was frustrated with him in the dinner scene, from my understanding.
I don't want to eat dinner.
The messaging happened before we actually sat down to eat. And I was after, we sat down, I said, there's a couple messages. She ignored me. I said, here, you want some meat? And she's ignoring me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit here, talk to myself.
The thing that I can't fathom is why does Josh feel like it's a good thing to have his brother involved? And the other thing that was quite strange is that Josh said that his brother has been quite a mediator for their relationship, and Lily even said that there's times when she's had to message Josh's brother just to kind of get an understanding of what the hell is going on, and that's not a good thing. If you need a third party to help you two communicate, that is a massive, massive deal breaker, in my opinion. It's not a red flag, it's a deal breaker for me. Because if you're telling me that we cannot communicate, that we need somebody else to come in and communicate, we need somebody else to keep the books clear, bruh, what the hell is going on? Now, some people may say it's a red flag because it means it's something that you can be worked on, that they can work on it. But I say it's a deal breaker because here's the thing. If the standard or the comfort has already been set for the brother to be allowed to be intervened, that means one of those two, or if not both of them, whenever things do get a little bit tough and they are struggling to communicate, by default, one of them is still going to go and reach out to the brother behind the other one's back, which has its pros and cons to it, depending on the situation. But if you ask me, the fact that they can't communicate themselves and the fact that Josh is in this car literally talking about his own wife to his brother to try and get his brother to be on his side, and that is a craziness. No wonder why she feels helpless. I would feel ambushed. This is ridiculous. And also, to make it worse, this is happening while she is driving. People should not be having disputes or any kind of conflicts when they're driving. Always do these things stationary. That's just my opinion.
I'm going to go. I found out she's in the car. She left the restaurant. Easily, for no.
Sorry, because obviously I paused it there. Obviously, we go back a little bit, but I will explain here. So literally, Lily's left the restaurant. He's still waiting there for 15 minutes, thinking where the hell was she? And then it turned out she was actually outside, in the car already. So that's something that he was explaining there.
Talk to myself. I'm going to go. I found out she's in the car. She left the restaurant. Easily, for no reason.
Because yesterday dinner, 500.
I know you love telling me how much money you spend.
No. Okay, hold on. When we meet, I know you poor people. You tell me you have no money, right? I'm still married with you.
Hey, I think she's obviously trying to explain the fact that, listen, I know I speak about money, but listen, when I met you, you didn't have anything, but I still married you regardless. I think personally, she may be in a position where she's like, well, when we met, you had no money, but you were supposed to have money at some point, and yet we're now married, you've come here, and you still don't have any money. It's like she's trying to question if whatever he has told her beforehand is if it's genuine. Because, you know, sometimes some people will get together regardless of the fact that one hasn't got much money, but sometimes it's due to the fact that, well, they know that this person is going to get their shit together at some point. If you ask me, I think there's been things that he's obviously told her that he's going to do financially that he hasn't done. And that's why she keeps bringing up this whole thing about the money. Otherwise, the whole money thing just isn't making sense. And that's the only thing that I can think of that makes sense, that he has promised or told her something that he has then not lived up to. Let's continue.
I told you I don't care money.
What I try to get you to understand is you need to say, okay, you told me what you felt. Last night was over with. So, you know what? Let's be happy today. Again, she wants to bring up money. So no matter how many times I tell her how it makes me feel like a burden, makes me feel worthless, making sure everyone in the world knows you are right.
Let's talk about him feeling like a burden. And this is the question. Have you done anything at all, whatever, to make her feel comfortable that you are a man that can be financially responsible? That you are a man that she can be financially reliable on? What I'm saying is that he's so focused on the way that she's always pointing out money to him and how it's making him feel like a burden. So he loves to point out how the money situation makes him feel. But I've never heard him say anything about how he's going to solve this solution. Now, we know that he can't work in China, or at this based on his timeline, he couldn't work. But we also know that before he left, he was working, right, in the States. And this is the thing that I don't understand. And it's something that I see reoccurring with some couples, or maybe even most couples on the show. Why are we seeing people moving from one country to another country without no financial stability behind them? If I was to move, if I met someone in the US, for example, okay, right? And the plan was for me to move there rather than her to move here, I would make sure before I moved there, I'm working double time. I'm making that money. You understand? And then once I've got a good couple of grand behind me, like someone that can last me the duration that I cannot work for, because I understand I'd have to wait for the work visa, which could take up to 6 months to a year, or however the timeline is. I am gonna make sure that I have saved up more money for that time. I'm gonna find a way. Do you see what I'm saying? And then when I go there, boom, bam, I want to make sure I'm able to survive. Okay? I don't want to feel like I have to just live off their money. For some people, they have to do that, and I understand that. Some people have to do that, right? But that's how I'm going to do it, right? But the reason why I'm making this point is because Josh is always complaining about how it's making feel like a burden, which tells me the missing link of their storyline is that at some point, he has given us some form of financial reassurance. That's why she still got with him when he was poor, because he's obviously told us something. That's something we are not being exposed to. What is it? I don't know. But I generally do believe that he has told her that he's going to have money by the time he gets to China in some format. But he didn't live up to his end of the bargain. And that's why she's stressed. That's why she feels helpless. And that's why he's always trying to play the victim card and trying to make her feel bad. Nah, he needs to be a man, step up and do the right thing. But hold on a minute, he can't do that, can he now? He can't even do the right thing now because he literally moved to China with not enough money to be able to sustain a lifestyle for himself and her. Listen, granted, she's got money. That's fine. Granted, she can look after them, it's fine. But I think that he has broken a promise at some point. You know what I mean? Like, I know with some couples, when people move from one place to another, there's like a promise of like, you know, there's like a thing that makes sense. Like, listen, you get my point. I'm just over-explaining now because I just feel like I'm just, let me stop there. I hope you all understand what I mean, and understand that I haven't neglected the idea of the fact that for some people, they have to move and they have to be supported by somebody else until they can get a work visa. But that's because I've had that healthy conversation of saying that, hey, whilst I come, I can't work. Same, take Ashley Manuel, for example. She knows that he cannot work for So therefore, she knows that she has to be financially responsible for him. So therefore, she isn't going to complain about being financially responsible for him. Only going to complain about him taking money when he hasn't, when he's taking money behind the back, which is a different conversation. Just what I'm saying. These two here, he's told us something and he's broke it. Convince me otherwise.
All the time. You always create arguments. You sabotage our relationship.
Bad. I just wanted to be happy.
Yeah, see, this is what she does. It's just always a repeat. But we can never move forward. Arguments, the same feelings. And I wonder, are they ever going to get resolved? But I do thank you for ruining Jared's night tonight, sweetie.
This man is nothing but a bully. How do you sit there and say, oh, I do thank you for during Jared's night here? Even the brother was shocked. He's a bully. What's wrong with this guy? Disgusting. Watch him come out on social media or something and blame the production team. Yeah, it's the production team. The way they edited it, they made me look like this person and that person. Blah, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da. Regardless of how they've edited it and regardless of how they've made you look, you're the one that still said the words. You have ruined Jared's night. You said it. You said it. And you're the one that is literally sat there in the car talking to your brother about her as if she has no emotions. Bully. I always said there's something off key about this guy. I'm out. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Peace.